This is Golf Guru. Here's our splash page, where we have players, courses, and tournaments for information about golf. Now, if we go to these model pages, let's start with the players. Here is the basic players page sorted by world rank. Now we can go to the courses page, and we have alphabetically sorted courses with now tournaments, where they are also alphabetically sorted, and you can see the winner, the venue, and the winning share. Now let's look at filtering and sorting. Let's say I want to filter by players that have a long name, they're from the United States, an average age, and in the top 50. And I hit submit, and I get back 3 players that meet this criteria. Notice the URL scheme and how we parse through these results. Now we can do a similar thing in the courses. Let's find a course that is par 72, and it is a long course, and it's also got a long name. Also in the United States. We go over to the submit button. Whoops. And we get these results. Now, same thing for tournaments. We can start, if we want, by sorting the winner of each of these tournaments alphabetically. And there we go. We have Adam Scott in the first position, then Andrew Landry, so that obviously worked. And on top of this sort, we could filter. So we could filter the venue name, and if the tournament also had a long name, and the payout, and we get this new refined collection. Okay, now let's look at searching. Let's start by the players. Let's say I want to find a player with the name Phil. I'm going to go over, hit submit, and I get 2 results, Phil Mixon and Chandler Phillips. Both of those are correct. For courses that contain the name TPC, and I'm going to sort it from low to high, and there you go. All the courses that are TPC associated. And then in the tournaments, we can do something similar. We could look for tournaments with the name open, and we could sort it by maybe the winning share if we wanted to. And there you go. Tournaments. Now, let's take a look at some of these instance pages. So for a player page, you're going to get a lot of information like the Twitter feed. You're going to get biographical information like height and weight, where he went to school, his world rank, and some golf stats. You also have tournament stats like the tournaments and courses that he's played at and how he finished in those different tournaments. Now, if we look at a course instance page like TPC Twin Cities, you get a Google map of where this course is and course information, as well as tournaments hosted. Now, for a tournament instance page, you get the Twitter feed as well, tournament information, and the full leaderboard of this tournament in 2020, with the position, the player, their score, and how much money they received for playing in that tournament. Pretty cool. Now let's look at our Twitter bot that we created. So this simply tweets out the hit count within our database of each of our instance pages. And you notice the pages that we did in this demo all appear to be recently tweeted from our Twitter bot. And it also links you to the page, like BRYSON DECHAMBEAU. Finally, let's go ahead and look at the About page. We have this in our footer or in the nav bar, where you can find information about our site, information about the creators behind Golf Guru, what the contributions were from each person, as well as the data and tools used for our site. Okay, let's talk navigation and pagination. At the top in the nav bar, you'll find our model pages, players, courses, and tournaments, as well as the About page. Further down the splash page, you can find links to these as well, and pre-filtered queries into the model pages, like American players and tournaments with short names. The footer page also has model links as well. Now let's try one of these pre-filtered queries, like old players. Here you'll find old players, or players that are born before 1980. Now let's take a look at the pagination. Click on that page, for instance, and there we go, page 5 of old players. Also filtered by world rank by default. Now let's check out the links in between pages. If we go to Bernard Longer, an old player, we can find tournaments and courses that he's played at, and we can link to those instance pages. Let's try Harbortown Golf Links. This course page has the tournament instance page linked to it, as well as the winner of that tournament. We can then click the tournament instance page and find the course linked instance page, as well as all the players and their linked instance pages. Let's try Brooks Koepka. Now, once again, we can see the tournaments and courses instance pages, and that's the navigation between sites. Now, let's say we wanted to see the pagination of a tournament instance page. On the leaderboard, you can see the full leaderboard in its entirety, so we can go to the 10th page and still have the same leaders from this tournament.